What's up, everyone? Today, I've got something big for you, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this might be one of the most interesting releases of 2026. We're talking about Neverness To Everness, or simply NTE. And this game is doing something I honestly haven't seen before. It's being positioned as the most fun F2P game in 2026. And after going through everything it offers, I can actually see why that statement isn't just marketing hype. It's fully cross-platform. So no matter where you play, you'll be able to jump into the same experience. Now, before we move forward, huge shout out to the team behind NTE for sponsoring today's video. So first, let's talk about what really makes this game stand out immediately. This is the first anime-style urban open-world RPG, and that alone already sets it apart from pretty much everything else out there. Instead of the usual fantasy kingdoms, post-apocalyptic wastelands, or sci-fi planets, NTE drops you into a modern city filled with supernatural elements. And that combination works way better than you'd expect. You're not just walking through a map, you're stepping into a city that feels alive, reactive, and constantly moving. From the moment you start exploring, you'll notice how detailed everything is. NPCs aren't just standing around waiting for interaction. They're walking, talking, reacting, and living their own routines. The game features a full day and night cycle along with dynamic weather, so the same street can feel completely different depending on the time and conditions. One moment you're walking through a bright, busy city center, and the next you're exploring a quiet street under neon lights during a rainy night. That shift in atmosphere adds a surprising amount of immersion. And then there's the scale of the world. You're not limited to a single type of environment. The game offers 5 massive districts, each with its own identity. You've got a bustling downtown CBD filled with high-rise buildings and city energy, amusement parks that bring a completely different vibe, school campuses that feel grounded and relatable, mountain trails for exploration, and even countryside areas that slow things down and give you a more relaxed experience. Each district feels handcrafted, not just visually different, but also in how you interact with it. It encourages you to explore not because you have to, but because you actually want to see what's around the corner. Now, let's get into something that genuinely surprised me: the no-grind gacha system. And honestly, this might be one of the biggest selling points of the game. We've all seen how frustrating gacha systems can get, especially when you're dealing with unclear rates and unlucky streaks. But NTE takes a completely different approach by being fully transparent. You're looking at a 0.99% rate per single pull, no off-banner 50-50 system, and a guaranteed featured character within 90 pulls. That means when you're pulling for something, you actually know what you're getting into. There's no hidden frustration, no feeling of being tricked by the system. And it doesn't stop there. The launch rewards are honestly generous. You can unlock an S-class character Chiz just by leveling up, which already gives you a strong start. On top of that, you're getting 8 character outfits completely free, which is huge for players who care about customization. And then there's the big one, which is up to 400 plus free pulls. That's a massive amount of resources right at the beginning, and it really reinforces the idea that the game wants you to enjoy the experience rather than grind endlessly for basic progression. Now, let's talk about gameplay, because this is where everything comes together. NTE introduces 40 plus anomaly stages, which are essentially supernatural encounters spread across the city. But what makes them interesting is that they're not just repetitive fights. Each anomaly feels designed to offer a different kind of challenge, whether it's through mechanics, enemy behavior, or environmental interaction. It keeps things fresh and prevents the gameplay loop from feeling stale. On top of that, you've got 15 plus playable characters available at launch, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. This gives you a lot of flexibility in how you build your team and approach different situations. Some characters might be better suited for certain anomalies, while others might shine in different scenarios. It adds a layer of strategy without making things overly complicated. One thing I personally like is how the game lets you choose how you want to experience it. If you're someone who enjoys story and immersion, you can go fully solo and just dive into the world at your own pace. But if you're more into social gameplay, there are multiplayer elements that let you interact and compete with others. And the seamless switching between first-person and third-person perspectives, that's a small feature, but it adds a lot to the overall experience. Sometimes you just want to walk through the city in first person and take everything in, and other times you want that third-person view for better control and awareness. Now, let's talk about something that I honestly didn't expect to be this deep: the vehicle system. This is not your typical, here's a mount, now move faster kind of feature. NTE goes all in with vehicles, and it actually feels like a core part of the experience. You've got a wide range of options including character-themed Itasha cars, scooters, go-karts, and full-on luxury sports cars. But what really stands out is the customization. You're not just unlocking vehicles, you're upgrading them. You can change their appearance, tweak their performance, and basically make them your own. And that matters, because movement in this game isn't just about getting from one place to another, it's about how you get there. And then there's the multiplayer racing aspect. This is where things get really fun. Imagine racing through a fully open city with your customized vehicle competing against other players in real time. Another standout feature is the collaboration with Porsche, which is honestly a really cool addition. You're not just getting a branded vehicle, you're getting a full experience around it. What really brings everything together is how all these systems interact with each other. You're not just completing quests and moving on, you're exploring a living city, interacting with NPCs, taking on anomalies, customizing your character, driving through different districts, and occasionally jumping into a race or just roaming around. And I think that's where NTE really succeeds. It doesn't try to force you into one way of playing. It gives you options and lets you decide how you want to enjoy the game. Whether you're here for the story, the exploration, the combat, the customization, or just the overall vibe of the city, there's something for you. So when you look at everything together, the unique urban setting, the no-grind gacha system, the massive open world, the variety of characters, the deep vehicle system, the multiplayer features, and the generous launch rewards, it really starts to make sense why this game is being called one of the most fun free-to-play experiences of 2026. So if you're looking for a game that feels fresh, immersive, and actually respects your time as a player, this is definitely one you should check out. Go ahead and download it through the link in the description, jump into the city, claim your rewards, unlock chiz, grab those free pulls, and start exploring everything this world has to offer.